So Ricky, Adam Little's back tonight. How do you assess that performance?
I'm over the moon with Adam, to be honest with you. He's had 15 months out. You can imagine there's a huge amount of ring rust. And obviously the hand is he's going to, the specialist has told him he's going to be, he needs to get battle hardened again. He is going to have a few twinges here and there with it, and that's what happened in the fight. So, that's, I think the time has come where the hand injury is not full-blown 100% confidence in it just yet. But the more fights he gets under his belt, and the more fights he gets battle hardened, if you like, I think the better the performances will be. But seeing as though he had 15 months out, I think that was a better performance than his last two, because his last two performances he was fighting with a damaged hand and never told us, the little rat bag. But no, I mean, if Adam goes and watches his previous two fights and that fight, he'll see, even though he's had 15 months out, it's a real vast improvement. He looks sensationally sharp. The jab in the first round was absolutely destroying the kid. And I think the minute, if he'd have had full confidence in his hand, I think he'd have forced a stoppage.
I mean, George Watson, he came down here to win. He wasn't a journeyman, he's got a winning record. Is that the sort of ideal opponent for Adam now?
It's the ideal opponent, yeah. I mean, the main thing is, was Adam just to get the 6 rounds out. It was only the odd little shot which he got a twinge in, but the specialist said that it will be like that for a little bit until he gets better hardened. He's had a very serious operation. He's had a pin put in it. So it's not just going to happen overnight. He's going to have to chip away with it and get it battle hardened again. And this was the first step. This is the first step on the rung of the ladder.
Now he's going to be back in about 4 weeks in Sheffield. Is that the plan with him? Get him as active as possible, get him as many fights as he can?
As active as possible, using his hand as much as he possibly can, and the more fights that he gets under his belts, and with each fight that, goes by, he will get a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable, and his confidence will grow, and then he'll go from strength to strength, really. I mean, it's going to be a work in progress with this hand injury. It was a very serious hand injury, which his career was nearly in jeopardy, but so he's had a lot of work done with it, and it is going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, and that's what basically happened tonight. He was he shook off the cobwebs. Great performance. He's back. He's living in Manchester now and he's training full time. So ultimately I was delighted with it. The stuff with his hand and the few twinges that he got in the fight, we knew that was going to happen anyway, and we expected it. So all things considered, with 15 months out, I was absolutely over the moon with Adam.
It's fairly early days with him coming back this evening, but do you think 12 months from now he can be right in that welterweight mix?
Absolutely. I think in 12 months' time, we can probably, hoping to stick about another, 6 fights on, something like that, 5 or 6 fights on. If he can get 5 or 6 fights on, and that hand, improvement, and his confidence goes through the roof, another 5 or 6 fights, that'll take him to around about 14, 15 unbeaten, so he will be right in the mix, yeah. And I won't push him quicker than he needs to. I know there's one thing about me. I did learn from the best. Frank Warren knew when to bring me on at the right time and move me up in class at, when the time was right. And that will be the case with Adam. We'll bring him on, and then the minute he's ready to let him off the leash, we will do.
Now, moving on to the main event tonight, a little bit bittersweet, I suppose. Matty Askin's obviously got a good stoppage. He's retained his title, but things happen with Manny Edwards. It's a case of hopefully the best for him.
The worst circumstances possible, really, as a promoter. Obviously, I was very, very proud of Matthew and Edwards, for that matter. It was, that would probably go down as one of the fights of the year. The pace that they set, the cruiserweight division, the pace that they set, because they are big guys, I think was absolutely breathtaking, to be honest with you. It probably was going to be certainly one of the fights of the year. It was really that good. Matty hurt his hand in the 5th round, which probably made it for an even better fight, as Matty was obviously fighting through the pain barrier. But in damaging his hand, you didn't think the knockout was on. But that's exactly what come, and that just shows you boxing. You never know what's around the corner. But the way it ended has left a real, sour note. 1 minute, Edwards, the fight was stopped. He went to his corner. He looked at it, he was okay. I could literally see him say to the referee, "I'm okay, ref." And then all of a sudden, he just collapsed and into the corner and went down, and to see him go out on the stretcher, 9 times out of 10 these things are just precautions, and let's hope that's what it is. But my heart goes out to him tonight, and his family and his friends and his supporters, and hopefully it's just a precautionary thing. But never nice to see. That's the sad part about our game.
Well, all the best to Manny.
Thank you.
Thank you.